What's up, guys? It's Coiner back with some more Minecraft. Last time I kind of ended in the middle of digging this staircase down to bedrock. I just had to because of time issues. But yeah, now we're ready to get back into this, and hopefully this time be significantly less political about this episode. That was far from the way I intended it to go. But I don't really think it's that big of a deal, so I just went ahead and uploaded it anyways, because I don't think it's a problem. That being said, I don't really know how the internet reacts to that sort of thing. I've seen a lot of hate for a lot of things that I don't understand. It's weird, but like, I don't feel like I need to worry about my opinions of Donald Trump. He's doing okay for himself. Gonna try to explore a tiny bit, which isn't actually gonna do me any good because this is literally all there is to it. Okay, great. So yeah, like for the time being, my goal is to just make it the rest of the way down to bedrock, or almost down to bedrock. Right now we're at 25 elevation, and we're going down to 12. And then once I get down to 12, I'm going to mine between 12 and 16. That is the optimal place to find diamonds without having to deal with an incredible amount of lava. And maybe incredible amount of lava is an overstatement, but a lot of lava. It's very common below 12, so that's why we're avoiding that. Let's see, how many is this tall? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. One, two, three, 4. Okay, there we go. That'll do. Just trying to maintain the height of this thing so it looks relatively uniform. I don't know why I dug. Well, no, I do know why I dug that out. So yeah, this shouldn't take us all that long. We're really close now, and then there is a fairly specific way that I try to go about mining just because it's the most efficient in terms of time. And the entire principle behind it is just uncovering as many blocks as possible while digging and like removing as few blocks as possible. It's just sort of to maximize your mining time, or maximize your mining efficiency and get the most ore possible in the shortest amount of time, reliably anyways. If you get lucky, obviously you're gonna get more or less, but this is about the most scientific way you can do it as far as I know. Just because, like, obviously scientific is probably just about the worst word I could use for that, but it's just supposed to be the most efficient, and it's really easy to set up. So that's something that I can definitely show you guys here real quick, because we're almost where we need to be already. Digging these stairs is surprisingly quick. So we're now at 12. So typically what I do is I will make a 3 blocks tall hallway. Usually I do 3 wide. It doesn't have to be 3 wide. We can just stick with the 2, because that's what we did for our stairs. Oops, and we found some gravel. Okay, so now we're going to just start right here. Yeah, let's just start here. And what we're doing is we are mining in a straight line like this for a while. You can go indefinitely, essentially, and we'll put a torch there so stuff doesn't spawn. And then what we'll do after that is I have to extend this 1 more block. Oops. Grab another pickaxe. And then we'll go over 2 blocks, and we'll do the same thing again over here. We got some lapis, which is not particularly useful, but I'm sure I can find something to do with it. I don't know how worried I'm going to be about like the aesthetics of this world. It's not really the purpose of it. But basically what this does is it'll expose all of the sides of these blocks, these 2 on the side, the 1 row in the middle, and the 2 over here. And if there happens to be something up here or up here, most of the time it will extend either to the left or the right or down. Usually you don't run into 1 block things, but I just did it with that lapis, so you can obviously this is not perfect. But then what this also does is that you're exposing all of the blocks on this wall, but then you're also exposing all of the blocks on this wall. And this makes it so that you're exposing a ton of blocks with very little digging, relatively. Some people will go, will put 3 blocks in between each tunnel. I found that like it can be more efficient, but you're going to miss more. So I don't really like doing that. But it's another possibility. If you wanted to do that, you would dig even less. You would uncover the same-ish number of blocks. And like I said, if you had a block in the middle here between these 2, so there was 3 wide here instead of 2, most likely any kind of ore vein, whether it's iron or coal or gold or diamond or redstone or whatever, any ore vein would probably be more than 1 wide. So you would see it either on the left wall over here or the right wall over here. And then you can just dig into the middle between the 2, collect the valuable stuff, and then move on. But that's not always the case, because sometimes you'll see things that are like 1 in the middle down here, and they'll extend down beneath these tunnels, and you just will never see them. So this is slightly less efficient, but a little bit more thorough as a trade-off. So that's why I do it the way I do it. And you can extend these things essentially indefinitely. I mean, that is less true on the consoles because there is a set world size. So obviously there's only so far these things can stretch. But that's not typically a problem. Just because like these things I normally don't make super long anyway. So yeah, this is how I do it. As far as I know, there isn't a more efficient way to mine, at least not in vanilla. Obviously there are things like quarries and stuff in mods that make a significant difference, but I don't have access to those in vanilla, obviously, so this is the most efficient method for vanilla, with some mild variation. Don't really feel like I need the redstone, at least not a ton of it. Some redstone is useful, like I can use it to make a compass, I can use it to make a clock. And then if I want to make like powered rails or something, I can also do that. And we'll fill this hole back in, just, actually we're gonna need it now. We gotta get all this coal up, and we got gold there, which is good. We can use that for our clock. I really like having one of those on hand, because it just gives us a good estimate of what time it is outside. A good, like, indicator, because obviously it's a clock, it's what it does. But it helps me significantly in managing my time well, because I like to spend some time outside gathering wood and farming and things like that. Ideally, if I have the time and the desire, I can move all of that stuff inside, So like I can have an indoor tree farm and an indoor like wheat farm and things like that. That stuff is totally doable. It's not as easy. So most of the time what I'll do is I will just I will make like an outdoor farm, and then I will like make like a glass room around it, so it'll still get sunlight and things. But I can keep animals out and monsters out. I can light it up, and I can just like I can farm without having to worry about monsters. And that's typically how I'll do things. If I am going to be spending a lot of time in a world, I will do that. Most of the time, that is not something I do because I'm not going to spend that kind of time in the world. I don't remember how far I've gone in this tunnel. Not that it actually matters all that much. Like I said, this thing can go forever, basically. Got more iron. That is excellent. This is one of the things that we need most, is iron. We will also need diamond. Well, we should probably have diamond. We don't technically need any diamond, because I can just use the bucket method for making a portal, because I'm going to have to go to the nether for blaze rods, I believe. So yeah, but I don't have to have the diamond if I'm going to just pour lava into a form and do it that way. It's easier, or let's say simpler, to make the to just dig up the obsidian and do it the normal way, but it can be much faster if you're having a hard time finding diamond. So just do it the other way. Okay, so we've got a hell of a long way to go down here. So what I'm going to do this time, actually, is we're going to dig this way. Nope, place a torch there. And then we're going to dig back the way we came in this other direction and link this tunnel up to the other one. Really hate digging through gravel. It can be useful for exposing things up high. It also runs a greater risk of like exposing lava, I tend to find. I don't know if that's actually true, but it feels like it's true. So that means literally nothing. But yeah, this is kind of going to be my plan for the next while, I suppose. So yeah, like I've been looking around on Amazon and shit, because like since in the first episode I talked a fair bit about Fate Stay Night. I've never been one to collect figures, really. I collect lots of Oh, okay. That's what this is. I collect lots of media, lots of video games. Over the past year or so, I've been collecting significantly more anime than I did previously. Like I did start buying anime a long time ago, but I rarely ever bought any. It would be very few and far between my purchases. But over the last year, I have bought a ton, and I'm trying to buy all of like Fate Zero and Fate Stay Night, because I really like those shows, and I'm trying to like dive in deep on that story, which is kind of something I mentioned in the first episode. And like I've been looking into figures, actually. It's been on my mind a while. Like I have thought about buying some figures. Like I really want an Aegis figure from Persona 3. I fucking love that character. In maybe not a creepy way. Maybe it actually is creepy. It's probably creepy. But yeah, she's just like, I really like that character, and I kind of want I kind of want her figure, and I haven't decided which one I want yet. They can be pretty expensive, as anyone that has bought a figure knows. Their prices can vary wildly. There are some that are like, oops. There are some that are like, you know, 20, 30 bucks, and they're fine. Like they're totally okay figures. But usually they're like less desirable figures from what I can tell. But then there are figures like Aegis. The one that I was looking at earlier was like $62 or something. And I couldn't really find it anywhere other than Amazon. So I'm sure I'm spending more than the figure is actually worth, which is unfortunate. But I'm kind of late to the party, so I guess it's kind of my own fault for not jumping on this earlier. We'll move that over here. So yeah, I've been thinking about doing that for a number of reasons, and I couldn't even really explain why. It's just like I want, like now that I've gotten into like collecting stuff, I suppose, collecting lots of media, collecting things around that media, it's just becoming significantly more appealing. Like I don't have any interest in amiibos or anything like that. Mostly because I'm not nearly as invested in Nintendo properties as I was, you know, when I was a kid. There are still some that I like Mario is fine, although I'm not super into those games anymore. Zelda is good. That latest one on 3DS was outstanding. But like I'm just not into those characters. Like I want a character from a story that I like, and those characters aren't like the games that they're in aren't about their stories, or they just don't have stories. They're stories I don't care about at the very least. Like there's technically a story for every Mario game and every Zelda game, but you're jumping on Goombas, or you're going through temples and you're trying to save Zelda or gather the Triforce or whatever. You know, you're doing Zelda stuff. I need to make stairs. Fuck. This sucks. But yeah, so like I'm not into amiibos really, although I do technically own one because my roommate bought me one. My roommates are very into figures, which maybe is rubbing off on me, which is why I've been considering this. They own a lot of figures, and it is appealing. Ooh, do I have any more iron in here? I do have 2 more iron. So we can put one there, and we'll put that down there. Okay, so we've got a whole bunch more iron now. And we'll take this out, and we'll make some more armor. I think we have boots now, so that's that, and that. Yes, good deal. So that's... and that. Okay. So, we only have the 3 iron, but that's fine. That'll get us a fair amount of digging done. And we'll wait to do anything with the gold for a while. Don't feel like I need to do anything with that quite yet. But yeah, my roommates bought me an amiibo because I really like playing as Jigglypuff in Super Smash Brothers, just because it's super dumb mostly. Like I'm fairly good at Smash Brothers. During high school, I spent a lot of time playing Smash Brothers, and it was like every day or several times a week, every week for a couple of years. We'd get over to my friend's house and we'd play just a ton of Smash Brothers, and we'd have like 8 to 10 people over, and we'd just like we'd eat food, like just real shitty food, bunch of pizzas and things, and we would just have a whole bunch of fun playing Smash Brothers, and it was really awesome. And because of all of the time I spent doing that, I got pretty good at it. And so as it is now, I tend to, like most of the time when I'm playing with my roommates in Smash Brothers, I just play random character. Like I'll just play like random instead of picking a character that I'm good at, because I've spent much more time playing Smash Brothers than them, so they don't win very often. It does happen because there are still some characters that I am garbage with, like Sonic mostly. And maybe not actually Sonic. Sonic is not great, but he's pretty easy to play, at least at a moderate level. But yeah, like I don't know, this whole like Fate Stay Night thing, and then just like being like here with my roommates over the last year. Ooh, diamond. Over the last year or so. Well, it hasn't even been a year yet. It's been like 8 months, 9 months. Has probably rubbed off on me a lot. That might also be why I'm collecting more anime, because they have a pretty significant collection. So I've been buying a lot of stuff. Some of it older, some of it newer. Like I bought Black Lagoon. I bought Panty and Stocking, which I had never seen until after I bought it. So maybe I should not have bought it. But I bought it anyways, and that show's fantastic. I would really love for there to be more of that at some point. But that probably isn't going to happen. I mean, it might. I hope it does. I really do, because that show was really cool, and I would be totally down for more of it. But yeah, like I'm getting far more into collecting stuff. So like I've even thought about like going back and buying like a Game Boy Advance SP, because I fucking love that thing, and like getting most of the games I would want to play for it. There are some that are prohibitively expensive. Like I looked up, what was it? It was Golden Sun, the first one or the second one, I forget which, is like $140 for Game Boy Advance. I'm like, I'm not gonna pay that. I own the third one on DS, so I never played the second one. I really want to, but I don't want to spend $140 on it. That's just stupid. Especially because didn't the first one come out on like Virtual Console or something, or maybe it was the second one on Wii U. I don't know. But there's a chance that they'll release that second one on Virtual Console if they haven't already, and they'll do it at a price that's not $140. So justifying spending that kind of money on an old Game Boy Advance game is not easy. I've spent that much on a game before, a couple of times actually. Would not recommend. Which seems like the obvious thing to say, but yeah, I don't want to spend that kind of money on it, even though I really want to play it. So I may just not play it, because I don't know if I've got much other choice, unless I want to do something shady, which I would prefer not to do. I mean, I know how to do, but I would prefer not to. So yeah, that's that thing. But yeah, like the thing that got me started on this figure thing, which I'm jumping all over the place and I'm just rambling, was Saber from Fate Stay Night. There's a figure on Amazon. It's like $150 or something, and it's just gorgeous, and I really want it. The only problem with that is that it's just so expensive. There is a cheaper one that I think also looks really good. It's got Saber, like just posing, like her feet kind of spread out, like she's got like a fairly aggressive stance, but she's just kind of standing there, and she's got her hands resting on the hilt of her sword, and like it's just a really nice looking figure, and it's significantly cheaper, so I may end up going with that, even though I don't like it quite as much. But it's so much more affordable. So it's hard to justify spending like double the price on that other saber figure. I don't have a ton of gravel. Okay. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay, we're gonna grab this coal. I don't really think I need a ton of more coal. That depends entirely on how long I'm going to be playing in this world, obviously. So we'll grab it anyway, just because it could prove useful. Depending on how long this takes me, of course. I've got quite a bit already. And I mostly just need it for smelting iron. Because I'm not really cooking a ton of food. I'm mostly just making bread. Which is weird because that's something that you do actually have to cook in real life. Am I gonna make it back? No. Fuck. I have diamonds. I don't have a workbench and I don't have any wood. Yeah, I don't have any wood. Fuck. Okay. So we're going the long way back. And we're gonna eat. I guess that's probably good for this episode anyways, I suppose. These last couple episodes have just been like really rambly, and I don't know if that's a good thing. I mean, it's probably not. But yeah, like my style for doing this kind of thing, if you can even say that I have a style at this point, is just to talk about the things that I like. And over the past couple of weeks, I've been really, like, almost obsessed over Fate Stay Night. Just because that Ufotable anime left such a good impression on me. If I'm not mistaken, I think the Blu-rays for that come out, at least the first one, comes out on Tuesday, the 25th. So yeah, like, I don't know if it's a good idea to date these episodes, but fuck it, who cares? Yeah, I believe it comes out on the 25th. I just looked it up a little bit ago on Right Stuff, and I'm really interested in that. It's going to be pretty expensive again. I think they broke up Fate Zero into two parts that are about 150 a piece. So that, like, Fate Zero is about $300, and I think Fate Stay Night by Ufotable is about the same. Which is sucky. But I've spent that much on anime before, because I own Kill la Kill on Blu-ray. And if any of you live in the US and are familiar with the price gouging that Aniplex does, allegedly, you know that series is not cheap. It's 5 box sets at $60 a pop. If you get the limited edition ones, which I did, because I hate myself, but I also really love Kill la Kill. So I think that works out in my favor, because Kill la Kill is fucking incredible. I will probably also end up buying some Kill la Kill figures at some point. I would love to have a Ryuko and Satsuki, and maybe even a Mako. I think Mako is super cool too. So yeah, this has been my my weeaboo fucking Minecraft Let's Play, I guess. If only I could, like, put in, like, a fucking anime texture pack. I'm sure those exist. I'd find something. But no, we're just going with vanilla Minecraft. This has been a weird fucking thing. I don't know if anyone's gonna enjoy watching this, but I guess whatever. I'm enjoying just talking about random bullshit, and hopefully someone enjoys listening to it. So anyways, guys, that's gonna do it. I'm just standing here rambling now. Thanks for watching. If you did like it, Let me know. Comment if you actually do enjoy me rambling about this kind of shit. If anyone even got to this point, that is. If you do like it, I'm going to continue doing it until I get this platinum. So subscribe if you actually do want to see more. If you have any problems with what I'm doing, like you just think I could be doing something better, leave me a comment. Like, let me know what you think I could improve, because I know there's a lot. But this has not been, like, I'm not trying to go for a professional thing here, so it's like I'm just doing it for fun mostly, and I'm not putting in a ton of work because I'm not getting anything out of it, like monetarily or anything. I just, like, it's a fun thing that I'm doing, really. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll continue this next time.